Hello everyone, welcome back to the Modelling Novice. Today is another maintenance video where I will be servicing this charming little Mainline Class 03 diesel shunter. It runs relatively well, however I think that the pickup surfaces aren't quite as clean as they could be, meaning there is interrupted power transfer through the model, especially noticeable as it goes over the points. So the first task is to take off the base keeper plate. This is held on by two screws in the middle and two screws which hold on the couplings. This will release the keeper plate and the body from the chassis, giving me easy access to inspect the inner workings of the model. Just like the Bachmann 2MT, this model uses a split chassis design. The model picks up power through the wheels, which are separated by a plastic axle. The wheels transfer the electricity through the bushes that fit into the chassis, which is in two parts that are insulated from each other. The motor then has two contact points, one with each side of the chassis, to complete the circuit. The design meant models were exceptionally heavy for their size and could pull decent rates of rolling stock without the need for traction tyres or magnetic adhesion. The design was not without its flaws, however. I am mostly doing a visual inspection of the axles and cleaning up the bearing and contact surfaces here, although I did notice an excess of oil in places. So, to give the best chance possible, I'm going to clean up all of the existing oil using an IPA soaked cotton bud. The wheels have already been cleaned. I recently invested in a Legacy Models TMC powered wheel cleaning brush, and I found it very effective in getting rid of the gunk and grime that builds up on driving wheels, especially on the little 040s and 060s being run on Fir Tree Halt. I am cautious about removing the wheel set entirely, as the balancing shaft behind the wheel set is not as easily removed. So I'm just going to lift them out of the way for now and take care as I clean the bearing surfaces / pickup points on the chassis and the wheels. I also give the axles a quick clean just to make sure that they are still intact and aren't cracked or warped, which is a common fault that typically develops with this type of model. Before I put things back together, I make sure I get rid of any fibres or debris that may still be wrapped around the axles. This model is quite old. I would estimate it about 40 years, but it has been well looked after and I want to make sure it stays that way. When running this loco, it is incredibly smooth for its age, even at lower speeds. It seems very sensibly geared and reliable. In fact, I think out of all the older small locos I loan, only my Dapol J94 has better slow speed running. This model still has plenty of years of operation left in it, so I hope I can keep it running for up to another 40. When Bachmann bought out the Mainline Railway range from Palitoy in its quest to enter the UK and a European market, it continued producing these models under the Bachmann branch line banner, but has since been retooled with a much more modern chassis design. Now that everything is clean, it is time to put everything back together. First things first, I need to get the wheels back in position and make sure that they are all correctly aligned. As I have not removed the wheels from the axles, I don't have to worry about quartering. I do, however, need to make sure that the drive cog sits back in place and meshes with the drive gear. Next, I am going to apply a small drop of Pico Power Lube, a conductive oil which allows for the electric current to pass through it while still providing the necessary lubrication to keep components moving freely. With that job done, I can reinstall the body onto the chassis. This just slots into place and will be affixed back properly when the keeper plate and couplings are reattached. To keep things easy, I took great care when setting down the keeper plate to make sure that the couplings and screws would rest on the assembly and stay in place. This made reattaching everything a little bit quicker and easier. I start off by tightening the coupling screws which hold the body and chassis in place. Then I can focus on the last two keeper plate screws which will help keep the wheels in their proper positions. So that is job done, and with a bit of test and running to ensure that all of the bearing surfaces are evenly coated in that oil, I can confirm that the shunter does not cut out over points. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button or even consider subscribing if you want to see more. If you are a newcomer to the hobby, I hope I have inspired you to have a go, and if you are an experienced modeller, I hope you've had a good laugh at my expense. Bye for now, thanks for watching.